What do you have to say about all that? I guess I have some thinking to do.
I don't want to be in your shoes, buddy. Listen, you know what? I was the one that wanted to call out Jesse Gates when I felt as though I had something to prove and something to defend. I can only imagine that my cohort, my colleague, feels the exact same way.
Something to take under advisement. I'm going to have to do some thinking, Rossi. We'll see. Maybe I'll give Rob Massey exactly what he wants.
I don't know, but honestly, I'm looking forward to this next matchup. We've got Ricky Medeiros going up against Mike Montero and Jason Devine in a triple threat matchup. That is going to be a slam dinger, to say the least, to start off the show.
It's pronounced slam danga.
Slam danga.
And does that chair have a seatbelt? Because you're going to need to strap in tight because these guys are going to go 100 miles an hour.
I'm looking forward to it, boss. This one should be a doozy. Here he is, the leader of the stacked deck, former Triple Crown champion, the Ice.
Not just a former Triple Crown champion, but no man in the history of this company has held that title longer than Mike Montero. A 9-month reign as Triple Crown champion. A lot of people talk down about him, saying a man of his size shouldn't be in the position that he is. But love him or hate him, you can't discount the heart and the passion he has for this business.
Oh, he's definitely got a lot of heart. There's no denying that. I don't like his attitude as of late. I don't like how he's manipulated the rest of the hype division to work under his banner. But there's nothing. I'm not taking anything away from his athletic prowess.
This place is about to come alive.
Straight off the boat, weighing in at a whole lot of shitties, ladies and gentlemen, is everybody's favorite immigrant of the RWA. It's Ricky Medeiros. Wow.
He really has a renewed fire in him since his return. I believe he's gotten all his green card situations squared away. So hopefully, I really do hope he's here for a long, long time this time.
Well, you know what? If you don't have the albatross of the INS being on your back, your mind's going to be a lot clearer, a lot sharper to go ahead and do what it do best. And these two guys, they're rather familiar with one another. I know Montero and Medeiros have squared off quite a few times.
Well, and the next competitor to come out here is certainly no stranger to Mike Montero. They've said he is insanely talented, and I think that fits the bill. Jason Devine is out of his tree, but in a very good way.
Yeah, there's definitely something off-kilter about Devine, but you know what? As his former tag team partner, I mean, obviously there's not a... Jason Devine has something that doesn't always meet the eye. He has what you would call the intangibles. Hey, buddy! All right! In high spirits is young Devine.
I gotta admit, the purple hair kind of got my attention. I approve, as you know, my love for the color purple.
And folks, he's not talking about the movie with Oprah Winfrey. He is actually talking about the legitimate color purple, which I miss seeing on you.
Oh, you see that high five right there? Mike Montero cannot be pleased with that. Believe me now, when it comes down to a pinfall, it's going to be every man for himself.
And see, and this is what I'm talking about from Montero. I'm not a big fan of all that.
Someone hold this. Catch!
And Devine is all sorts of torn over, his glasses being dropped on the floor. The Chop Shop is calling for a dance, but it's not happening. We've got a pinfall here.
Oh, Mike Montero wants to get right down to business, I assure you. Brandon, play some Janet Jackson.
And There's Montero sent off his feet. The sharp right hand by Devine.
Mike Montero didn't like that one bit. Oh, coming out near us!
We've got a strong exchange between Devine and Medeiros. Takes him over for an arm drag.
Tilt-a-whirl arm drag by Medeiros. Nicely done. Devine catching Medeiros with an arm drag of his own there.
There he goes.
Oh, he is so good. I just love to watch him. Going up top now. No.
Watch out behind you, kid. Watch out behind you. And a face full of boot eats Medeiros. Coming on the turnbuckle again. Double knee stabber to the clavicle area. There's no denying this kid can capitalize upon moments as such.
Many would debate who is the man, but his actions speaking for himself.
Medeiros tries to get the upper hand with a few shots to the abdomen. It doesn't fare so well as he is still on the mat here. Devine taking full advantage of the fact that there is no count out in a triple threat matchup. He is gaining his wind and his composure. Smart move for the insanely talented one.
You know, that's not something he's accustomed to doing. I'm actually quite surprised by it, but it is a good call by you and good idea by Devine.
There's Montero taking the situation to his own feet. Mosher's definitely got his hands full tonight.
Of course. Tag team matches and multiple man matches, the referee is always at a disadvantage. But I'm going to give you some classified information that I'm going to drop right here.
All right. Pull me in.
I'm heavily considering one of these three men, possibly whoever comes out on top, for possible contenders against Chris Pyro sometime down the line.
You know, I had the feeling that there was something at stake with this matchup, although not previously sanctioned. But oh, we've got a cross-body block. 2. Almost a 3 count. Springboard cross-body off the middle turnbuckle. Well done by Medeiros. We've got an exchange of strikes between these two men. Whoa!
Have you ever been lucky enough to be forearmed? Did Jesse Gates forearm you?
I can't remember if he did or not, to be honest. A lot of it was a, oh, never mind that match. How about that sit-down powerbomb by Jason Devine?
Devine is on fire.
Looks like he's gaining his momentum. And another close call. Medeiros being at the opposite end of these pinfalls here.
This could be a great chance of redemption for either Devine or Montero coming up short in that Chase the Champion 2 weeks ago. Huge opportunity for Ricky Medeiros, obviously.
Well done!
Great spinning tornado DDT.
Good awareness by Jason Devine to break up that pin. I'll tell you, man, I at first I thought Montero had this in the bag, but I'm not sure who's going to take this home right now. It's anyone's ball game.
I'm saying he's got him, perhaps not. Ricky never even saw that super kick coming.
Count your chickens before they hatch. Double neck breaker. Well done by the ace. Like him or not, man, that right there is impressive. We've got a cover. And Devine breaks it up with a punch square to the ass cheek.
Nothing fancy about that.
Oh, man.
I tell you what, there's padding out there, but that is unforgiving.
That is a hard landing either which way.
Scrap buster, center of the ring. I think Devine might be busted open in his lip or his nose. Montero, I think he heard the scrap buster coming. Devine shouted it out.
Oh, man, you don't want to make a crazy person bleed. That's just a recipe for disaster right there.
I guess the same could be said about my wife in that time of the month, right?
I'm not going anywhere near that. Devine laying in some well-placed chops.
I'm not really sure what Devine one's thinking.
Me neither. It's not that smart of a move having him seated up there.
It's a scary place inside his mind for sure.
What the hell is this?
Look out for Medeiros. Medeiros checking for clearance. Moonsault off the top.
Out of my car.
And Ricky Medeiros takes it home.
Seizing the opportunity, hitting the moonsault, that top rope maneuver, that swinging neck breaker by Montero, that really did him in. It took a lot out of him, and Ricky Medeiros was able to capitalize with that moonsault. Nicely done, and you best believe there could be a championship opportunity in that man's future.
I can understand putting him in the contention for the Hype Championship.
Great show of sportsmanship. I don't expect to see that from Montero, but
Yeah, the kid's been a little bit of a sour puss and sore loser as of late.
best believe Montero, he's probably got a legitimate argument. He had him. If it wasn't for having that extra man in the ring, it may have been a different story here tonight.
Well, you know, that's the comings and the goings of a triple threat matchup. I mean, that's what's at stake, you know. Yeah, sure, a one-on-one competition is an optimum, you know, match, but that wasn't the case.
No, it wasn't.
You know, you want to see which one of these three men were the better of the bunch, and I don't know if you have your answer from this one match, but that right there is a pretty good indication as to where Medeiros lies in the title picture.
Absolutely. Coming up next, speaking of title pictures, we've had this Quest for the Cage tournament going on for the last several weeks. And up next, a matchup I'm very interested to see is Nick Marchand against Chris Pyro.
Wow. Hey, you know, a lot of people would argue that Chris Pyro, being already the Hype champion, somewhat should be not disqualified, but excluded from this tournament. What is your take on that, Chief?
You know, I've heard that argument being made, and I'll tell you this much. The tournament was made before he became champion.
Okay.
Chris Pyro defeated one of the best in this area in the United States, in my opinion, in the Juice JT Dunn. With a feather in the cap, such as beating the Juice JT Dunn, I don't think it'd be fair at all to take Chris Pyro out of this tournament after achieving so much.
Well, given that for the understanding, honestly, I can get with it. I see where you're going with it, Chief. And I'm quite a fan of Marchand, regardless of his attitude in the locker room. But boy, oh boy, have you put a lot on that young man's plate going up against Chris Pyro. It's going to be probably one of his toughest tests to date, I feel.
Absolutely, and let's hope that a perfectly good match is not tarnished by Abraham Gore sticking his nose in the business of this matchup. I'll keep a close eye on him. You best believe that, too.
Well, it's a good thing you're right here at ringside, Chief, because you know what? I can commentate on what I see, and sometimes, you know, I don't catch everything. Neither does Massey. We both try our hardest, but, you know, being here and being in person to see it for yourself, it's going to make a difference around here.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make a difference here in the RWA, and hopefully, I have confidence in myself. I know you have confidence in me. At least you should. When you're not selling my video games out from underneath me. But that's a separate story from a separate time. That's enough.
No one should leave their garage unlocked, let alone a next generation
like that?
next generation system like a PlayStation 3.
Well, that being said, let's go to the next match. What do you say?
Sounds like a plan, Chief.